4 and 5, and the last three, 2006, 7, and the Cup semi-final in 2009, has been dominated by the All Black Sevens. Plenty of support here for the South Sea Islanders. And here are the starting lineups for the two respected teams. Plenty of experience in two players in DJ Forbes and Tim Mickelson, with 219 tries to their names. Gillies Kake replaces Tomasi Thama from the quarterfinal, and Ambrose Curtis has been given the number 12 shirt, starting ahead of Sherwin Stowers. Plenty of experience in 66 tournaments in the 12 players for Fiji. Recall for Pio Tuwai, the 30-year-old farmer. Samasoni Vidividi is the top try scorer here in Dubai with 6, and they will be led by inspirational captain Osea Kolinisau. Terrific atmosphere here in the Seven stand and ground, joined by former international, Scottish international Scott Hastings. And Scott, this is all about game day, and this is why you train so hard.
No, absolutely right, and the atmosphere is rocking around the stadium in Dubai, and I've just been down pitch side. This pitch is absolutely magnificent, but what happens from outside the main arena is all the finals have taken place, all the focus, all the attention is in these two teams, Fiji and New Zealand, such great rivals, such brilliant exponents of the game. Let's sit back and watch and be treated with some of the best athletes in the world.
And the match to be controlled is 119th match from Argentina, Federico Anselmi. And there you go, there's the World Series head-to-head, 40 to New Zealand, 31 to France. Pretty even in the tries and also the point differential. There is Tim Mickelson. Gillies Kake, the man of the future, holds the ball, and there is DJ Forbes.
Left or right?
Joe Webber,
Left.
What a tournament he has had. Pio Tuwai. We're underway in the first Cup semi-final for 2013 here in Dubai. Heem goes up to challenge for the ball, and that's been lost forward. Well, it's been knocked back, according to the referee, and so Fijian throw.
Press the button.
Well, Pio Tuwai has been on the scene for quite some time. The recall, when you think back, his presence and his influence over the years, but this is a big-time game for them. Forbes in the front with Tuwai. Curry's jumping, that's been overthrown, and Fiji with first possession of the match. Spinning it wide here, Vidi, and now back into the pocket. Kolinisau, the captain, in the tackle of Webber. Quickly recycled by Kunatani. And here is Tuwai. He's got some of the best hands in the game. Flicking it back on that occasion. Thought there was support, but Heem has picked it up, and now the New Zealanders look to drive him forward, but that's been lost. And the turnover yet again. Here goes Fiji. Masilevu with the kick. Webber is back in defence, as too is Heem. Curtis now gets it out to Kake. The step here from Kake. Spins and turns, Tuwai is there to make the tackle. New Zealand now looking to try and slow things down, to be patient. Bringing in Curtis. Now there's Curry. Good clean out, the ball is there. Available, it's been tapped forward. All he needs to do is control it, pick it up, and Kunatani feeds inside for the first try of the game to Ratumbuli. Well, a mistake from New Zealand. They overdrove, the ball was exposed. Kunatani couldn't believe it when he picked it up and fed inside. First blood to Fiji.
Well, there's the big clear out on the hit. The ball was left there. Kunatani, and what about this for a brilliant bit of skill? Look at it, the little pop pass over the top. Who needs a basketball basket when you've got the support of that man there?
Conversion is good, and just look at the way that he scooped it up there. Made sure that he got his leg in front of the ball so that he wouldn't knock it forward. And then the basketball pass, the kiss of the ball. And that's his third try here in Dubai for Ratumbuli, man that plays for the Army club in Nandi, the 23-year-old. Kolinisau now with the start. Curry goes up, but that's been won by Pio Tuwai. He's big, as we look at Ben Ryan. That experience, Scott, bringing back a player like that, what influence will that have on this Fijian side?
Massive, because he's got the experience to lead, and a lot of them won't be overawed by the team that they're playing against, this New Zealand 7, and they'll probably be told, go out and play your natural game. By the same token, I think Ben Ryan's given the Fijians a little bit more structure and belief in themselves.
Tight head there. Yep, the same channel, says the referee. So 4 debutants for Fiji. Only 66 tournaments in between them, and there you go, the best tackling team, the completion by New Zealand. After day one, they'd only missed 1 tackle.
Bye. Set.
Kakao feeds. Now to Weber. Heem. Started in the forwards this morning, but now they've moved him into the backs, and that's a very good tackle coming in from Ratumbuli. It's gone free, and they've picked it up, and here comes Fiji's second try. Masilevu couldn't believe it. The ball just popped out. He picked it up, and Fiji have scored again.
Magic Masilevu, fantastic for him. I was just going to say, I thought there was a hint of a knock-on in here from a Fijian hand. Well, I think there was, and maybe Fiji are lucky to get away with that.
Well, here it is. And DJ Forbes had plenty to say to the referee as well, but this is the perfect start for the Fijians. Conversion from out wide, bringing it around, but just wide.
Well, Fiji out to a big start here against New Zealand. The one thing about New Zealand, never write them off their belief. Let's have a look if there's a little knock on here. There's the ball. I
think right. And now Fiji have more possession, and here's their third try. Oh, I don't believe it. Kunatani scored. It's been all Fiji in the opening 3 minutes of this game. Right from the get-go.
Let's watch this try again. Look at this from the kickoff. The height on the kickoff. Fiji up, gather the ball. Semi Kunatani.
Well, if they didn't have much self-belief before this game, that's all gone out the window. The dream start for Fiji. Conversion. Has he adjusted for the conditions here? Still wide. Well, the kickoff is not too wide. It's been Kunatani. Can New Zealand get their hands on the ball? Up goes Mikkelsen, but he's lost it forward. And so everything going right for the men in the white shirts.
Well, just keeping an eye on that clock, 5.5 minutes, and where are those minutes gone? But New Zealand will have to try and get a score. Everything's possible in this game.
Well, they've just been starved of possession. It's not that the Fijians have had plenty of passes, because it's close, 7-6 as far as passes completed.
Coach.
But they lead by 17 on the scoreboard.
Bye. Set.
Feed is good. Basic mistakes from New Zealand, and now the kick and chase. No sweeper in behind. It's a foot race. Who's going to win it? It's won by another Fijian, and Kolinisau. A captain's knock here. Oh, what a boil over. 4 tries in the first 6 minutes. Let's have a look at this. Kolinisau, folks, looked up and saw that there was no sweeper. He pinned his ears back, backed his pace. And Scott, talk me through this.
Yeah, folks, Fiji have just come out the blocks. Their self-belief, their individual brilliance and skill, they're so fired up for this.
Well, there's Ben Ryan. Conversation with the assistant referee and Rashavangi.
Yeah, they were just checking the grounding of the ball, actually, so the try has been awarded.
Wow, what a shock. This Fijian side have certainly rocked the New Zealanders. Conversion is good. There he is, Kolinisau. Good decision. Well, the knock-on from Mikkelsen led to the scrum, and from the scrum they scored. On 2 other occasions they've won it. And here goes Pio Tuwai. Oh, Pio Tuwai. He'll have too much pace and score a 5th. Wow, this is turning into a whitewash.
Well, this is unbelievable. The ball bouncing in Fijians' favour. I actually once saw Fiji in Dubai put 100 points past Zambia. I'm not suggesting they'll do that against New Zealand, but this is just one-way traffic at the moment.
Well, the slap back firstly by Scott Curry, and then Piutuwai. Mickelson came across, but he always had the pace and the angle. Terrific success in the first 7 minutes for Fiji, and wow, this crowd is stunned. Five tries to nil, and at the break, Fiji lead by 29-0. Let's go into the respected huddles to hear what the coaches have to say.
Just in case, you know, yeah.
The belief in the Fijians has been unbelievable in the opening 7 minutes. Here's Gordon Titchens.
When we did get the ball right at the beginning, we were bunched. So bunched, unbelievable. We're not working, we're counter-rucking straight through the back, so that means we're in too late. Now let's get in. Show a bit of pride in that jersey. Let's get the ball and get a bit of hunger. Game's not lost. A bit of character, and we move. We speed the game up to us now. Put them under a bit of pressure, but get hold of it.
There are the Fijians. They've had their message from Ben Ryan, and I'd imagine it's the quickest chat he's ever had to make. Well, what do you say to a team that's leading 29-0?
Well, if New Zealand come back here, they're going to have their own miracle. But Fiji have absolutely stunned the stadium by their magnificent start.
Well, a bit of pride in the jersey is what Gordon Titchens is asking for. The restart by Kolinisau. New Zealand 5 tries down, just looking for some possession, and finally it's going to go their way through DJ Forbes. No advantage from the start. And it was a point that I was going to make to you, Scott, was that the Fijians came and they warmed up inside the stadium, down in the small in-goal areas that they have here at this magnificent stand. The New Zealanders opted to warm up out on the big open spaces of the fields that are out there, and I wonder what impact that has had.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, just getting the alertness for Fiji was so much stronger. And again, South Africa, the next one coming up against England. Amazing performance, because they've been warming up in the stadium as well, so they've witnessed this.
Oh, they've seen it, and now New Zealand finally gets some possession as the ball gets moved out to the wing where Curtis has it. Ambrose Curtis. Pride in the jersey. 7 minutes is a long time in Sevens rugby. As Bryce Heem now gets the ball and goes on the inside of Piutuwai. Kaka back into the sweeper, who's Weber. Evades the first and then spins it out wide where Mickelson has the ball. Has a player out to his left who is Curtis. Ambrose Curtis stepping on the inside. Mickelson should have looped and has a lot of ball movement. Here comes Heem, and he's passed it back to a Fijian. Well, he looked back and he couldn't believe it. It's a foot race. Mulivaru. Tuwai. If they score here, it's shut the gate for Fiji. Mulivaru, and they're going to score. That is Fijian rugby at its absolute best.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, get off your feet if you're watching this at home and applaud this Fijian flair. Isn't this outstanding? Unbelievable. This is what makes this sport the #1 sport in the world. Absolute brilliance here from Fiji. Mulivaru. And then the little flick pass by Tuwai. Oh, please, 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 show this one again and again, because this is the try of the day here at the Dubai Sevens.
Well, people get a chance to vote for that as well. Of course, your chance to get involved in try of the tournament, and that's right up there. The amount of times that we've seen the 6'5" player loop the ball basketball style over the top. And there's the reaction from Mulivaru. Try number 6, and we're checking the archives because this is the biggest defeat that New Zealand would have experienced against the Fijians. Boy, oh boy.
Oh, aren't we loving this? I'm afraid that from a New Zealand perspective, I know you must be looking at this in absolute awe.
Well, Curry's just knocked it forward as well, so more possession for the Fijians. The rampant Fijians. Total control of this game. Kolinisau now finds Nathingu. One of the try scorers there is Kunatani. Gets it out to Masi Levy. Was that tackle high? Yes, it was, says the referee, so the arm is out. Well, they're just toying with them now. The Fijians. Nathingu just losing it forward. But of the 71 meetings that these two sides have had, 40 victories to New Zealand, 31 to Fiji.
Well, Willie, we're looking at a New Zealand side. They are the best side in the world. They are the #1 side. They're the current HSBC World Champions. They're the Rugby World Cup champions. They're the leading series team at the moment, and they're just being taken apart. And one of the reasons is because New Zealand have been unable to keep control of that ball.
Well, they've just had no possession at all, New Zealand. And they've missed 3 tackles. Well, they've missed 1 tackle still, but it's just the breaks that have been made by Fiji. And those little errors from New Zealand, passing to a Fijian, knocking it forward from the get-go as Curtis now flicks it out the back. And here comes try number 7. Wow, it's a tsunami now. Fiji's biggest win over New Zealand was 43-14 back in 2005 in George. I doubt very much that New Zealand haven't ever scored a try.
Touched his hand, then went down, then he cried. Okay, do you want to check? Yes. Yes?
Well, of course, we have the TMO. 1 replay only. And Sami will have a look.
Yeah. Time on.
He's convinced.
Right.
Wow. Uncharacteristic mistakes. Curtis with the flick out the back. And Thingu couldn't believe his luck. In the right place at the right time. Here it is from the scrum. They push it wide, and then Curtis there tries to flick it back to Webber. It's a foot race, and Webber came second.
Yeah, when you try these things and the game is going for you, they happen to stick, as we've seen from a Fijian perspective. But for New Zealand, they're under pressure now.
Well, this would be the greatest victory for Ben Ryan over Gordon Titchens. 39-0. Well, I can tell you one thing. The villagers throughout the island of Fiji, the kava will be flowing at the moment.
Numbers.
What a performance.
We have a player on the round. Time is off. Relax.
A demolition job on the world champions.
I'm just absolutely stunned by the utter brilliance that Fiji continue to excel. The widest ever margin that Fiji ever scored. And look at that clock, there's still 2.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, well, pride in the jersey is what Gordon Titchens asked for, and they've got to get off the donut. Well, it just goes to highlight what a tremendous game this is. You can be up one day and then the next you're staring down the barrel of a good old-fashioned hiding. Like Mbula, he wants to get involved in it. Heem is still on the field. Kaka, now it look for the switch. Things just not sticking here as Mickelson now puts the accelerator down and gets it out wide. That's gone forward. The pass to Dixon was certainly forward.
Well, the accuracy that this New Zealand team are famed for, but that stat sums everything up, doesn't it? 8 visits and 7 tries scored. 7 tries, who would have believed it?
Well, he'll be gutted. Gordon Titchens sets very high standards, and of course, having been at the helm since 1994.
Bye. Set. Ball is out.
Fijians now looking to try and inflict more pain on the already wounded New Zealanders. Here's one of the guys that hasn't got on the scoreboard in Mawalu. But here's one that has. Nathingu being chased by Stowers. Stowers comes in and grabs him, takes him to deck. Dixon's in there fighting for possession. Unable to get it. And Naikasu goes in. So the reserves have all been used. Here's Nathingu again. Ball's flicked back. Laikuna is there on Koleni-Sau, but no advantage. The high tackle initially, and Koleni-Sau taps and goes. The captain now into the contact with Dixon. Knock back the 10 metres, or not allowing for it. And now Fiji want to go on with it. Masilevu gets it wide. Here comes try number 8. Sangiwa just puts the icing on the cake for the Fijians. Well, I'm stunned. Absolutely stunned.
Well, Willie, we've witnessed some amazing ties between Fiji and New Zealand over the years. There tends to be one score in it, but to put this margin is unbelievable.
Well, here's the other great stat. Fiji have never, ever won in Dubai. It's 2013 the year to break it. On this performance.